Hello, everybody. Good evening. If you are watching it in evening time, good morning. If you are watching from the US, Australia, wherever we are watching, I want to welcome you to another edition of Family Talk. My name is Islamia Ayaba Khadijo. And today I have a very special guest in the house with me in person of Mrs. Josephine Effah-Chukwuma, the founder and the executive director of Project Alert for Violence Against Women. We are going to be talking about a lot of issues, and it is my pleasure to let you know she's in our studio, and I'll be bringing her in a while. We need to talk about this. In as much as we have to respect and appreciate what the government is doing to curb the spread of COVID-19. They are doing that on the other in one hand, but on the other hand, all the measures towards curbing the spread of COVID-19 is kind of aggravating, likely gender-based violence and domestic violence in our society. And that is why we have to address this this evening. I'll be welcoming Mrs. Josephine Effah-Chukwuma into the studio now to do justice to today's topic.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, welcome on board. So good to have you.
Thank you. Are you seeing me clearly?
Thank you. Clearly, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
So, you hear me? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, though you
Okay.
you're cracking a bit, but I'm picking you.
Maybe
Hello?
it's probably the network. I think it's the network anyway. Yeah, I can hear you very well if you can hear me.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay. I've tried to introduce you, but I can't introduce you as much as you can introduce yourself. So for those who are meeting you for the first time, who do not know you, I want you to please kindly introduce to everyone.
Thank you very much. Yeah, my name is Josephine Effah-Chukwuma, and just like you said, I'm the founder and executive director of Project Alert on Violence Against Women. I'm a development specialist, I'm an activist, I'm a feminist, and I founded Project Alert on Violence Against Women 20 years ago, basically to promote and protect the rights of women and young girls. And we have three main program areas: research and documentation, um, human rights education, which is the advocacy arm of the organization. And then the third one, which is the dearest to my heart, is the support services program, under which we opened the first shelter for abused women in Lagos, Nigeria. And we also give legal aid, economic empowerment, counseling, and various support services to survivors of gender-based violence.
Thank you so much for all you do. God bless you. And please join me to thank Mrs. Effah-Chukwuma. Today, she actually gave whopping sum of amount to 60 women, indigent women,
72.
widows, and single. 72 of them. The last post update I saw was 60. They even increased now. That's a good job. Well done.
Thank you.
A lot of 72 women just benefited 15,000 naira each. Indigent women, widows, and single mothers. And I know wherever they are now, they are happy. They had no means, they can hardly feed their families, and they are on
Yeah.
lockdown, and the government is not doing anything. Let's take up this discussion
Yeah.
from there. Why the restriction, the quarantine, isolation, whatever it is called, is curbing the spread of COVID-19. The government is achieving that on one hand. But on the other hand, victims of domestic violence are kind of, the risks of domestic violence or gender-based violence is increasing in the society now, especially in Nigeria in the last 2-3 weeks. What can we do about this?
Well, I'd like to first start by saying, why do we think? Because I mean, we actually don't need a soothsayer to tell us that during this period, incidences of domestic violence will increase. Why is that? And not just in Nigeria, the world over.
Sure.
Because now, starting from, let me start like this. The first, the most important measure in curbing the coronavirus, COVID-19, the world over, is stay home. Trying to minimize
Yeah.
people being on the streets, crowds in the shopping mall, in the markets, in film houses. So all over the world, if you look all around the world now, streets are deserted. They are telling everyone, stay home, stay home,
Stay
social
home.
distancing, and all of that. Now, when you tell people to stay home, number one, that means they can't go to their businesses again. Number two, that means they need to stay in that space called the home with whosoever they live with. The person may be a terrorist. The person may be
Yeah.
someone who used to beat them, and they look forward to, at least, let him go to work. Let me go to my market. We'll have a break till evening.
To
Now you don't
rest,
have a
have a
break.
breathing space.
Couples are looking themselves in the face. And again, you don't know the type of accommodation people have. It's not everyone that has a 3-4 bedroom apartment where you say, okay, he will stay in his room, and I will stay in my own room. It may just be a room and a parlor. It may even just be a room with four,
Yeah.
five children sleeping on each other, breathing on each other, stepping on each other's toes, and all of that. So there is tension of the virus, tension of money, tension of violence. So this is what is happening, and it is in that, looking at that and understanding that we'll know that, look, even for families that ordinarily they did not even have problems, this is causing tension. There's so much tension because people are not dissipating their energy. You wake up in the morning, you go out to work. By the time you come back, you are tired. You have little or no energy for a fight, really, and all of that. But now you wake up. In fact, people have lost their sense of time. You don't know which one is Sunday again, or days.
Or
You don't know
Monday
which
or
one is Friday
Tuesday.
again. You don't know which one is or Monday. Every day is the same.
I tell
Same
you.
routine. So it's in that context that we understand that there is an increase in violence in the home. So what needs to be done? There's the need for a lot of communication out there, talking to people, counseling. Honestly, at this time, my dear, people are going to lose it psychologically.
I
A lot
know.
of people are going to lose it.
Very unfortunate.
But by the end of this period, in countries the world over, psychologists are going to have a lot of people are going to slip into depression of losing jobs,
Hmm.
depression of hunger, depression of violence, depression of everything and everything. And we started seeing that in Project Alert. We've been this is the first extension. In Lagos, the lockdown started a week before the president announced the lockdown on Lagos, Abuja, and Ogun. The Lagos state governor a week before had actually
Anogun,
said
yeah.
level 1 to 10 officials, or 11 should stay at no 12 should stay at home a week before. So offices have started closing in Lagos. Then President Buhari now announced the lockdown. Now he has extended it. On an average, every week in the last 3 weeks we've been at home, we get like 25, 26 cases now, which didn't used to be. Reports through our social media handles and our email and all of that. And most of it is because I asked him for food. There's nothing to eat in the house. He said I did not wash the clothes. The children are
Mm.
crying too much, and all of that. Hunger, hunger. People are becoming restive. And it was in the light of that, you know, when President Buhari on Monday, Easter Monday, announced this extension again 2 weeks. Oh my God. I almost slipped into depression myself because I picked up my phone and in my
Wow.
inbox, within 1 hour, I got about 25, 30 messages. Please, ma, we don't know how we are going to survive with this. Please, ma,
Mm.
we thought after 2 weeks. Please, ma, even if it is 1,000, give it to me. Please, ma, please, I beg you, I beg you. Not just strangers, some of the women that I know, some of the cases we have handled, and then other people who
Mm.
know me and know Project Alert. Honestly, between Monday night to Tuesday, I could not sleep well. I couldn't sleep.
Wow.
I said, God, what is going on? I woke up that morning and I said, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I just have to find a way of giving at least 25 women. If that is all I
Give
can
me
do, let me do
something.
something rather than fold my hands and sit down. And then I first made a post on Facebook that I need my friends. I was calling on my friends that they should please support me to give 20K to 25 women. Within 10, 15
Yeah,
minutes
I
of
saw
putting up
that.
that post, within 10, 15 minutes of putting up that post, Kate Henshaw called me. Two other of my friends called me. They said, Josephine, what's going on? I told them. They said, okay, 20,000 may be too much. Maybe we'll do 15, but let's step it up to 50. I told them, are you going to join me in raising money? They said, everybody, my friends said they are all going to. Kate Henshaw started mobilizing our friends. I started mobilizing my friends. I now put up another post that now we are going to, I said COVID-19 versus hunger. We want to give to 50 women.
I saw that.
At the time I
Yeah.
wrote that, my dear sister, I did not have up to 200,000. Oh, I didn't have it. I didn't have it. I didn't
Mm.
know. It was by faith. And then my friends saying they would support me.
Yeah, yeah.
I, and that was how we
And that
started.
was really good.
About 20 of us started working our phones. We were working our phones, calling people, please 5,000, please 10,000, please. And that was how we were able to mobilize. And unbelievably, before 48 hours, this started on Tuesday, by yesterday afternoon, by yesterday morning, we had been able to give the first 30. You saw it, you know,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, I saw that.
we reduced it to
The last
15.
update I saw was at 60.
Yes, then we added more because we had more donations coming in. So by yesterday night and today, this afternoon, as of yesterday, it was 64. This afternoon, I got some additional money and we're able to do 8 more. So totaling 72.
Mm. Wow.
You know.
Well
So that
done,
was what we're
madam.
able to
Well
do
done.
in our own little
That's so
way.
good.
Because
In our
Lagos
own
State
little way.
government,
Now,
Lagos
some
State government
don't
said
really.
Lagos State government said they were giving out food, but we don't know how they were dividing the food. The reports we were getting was that they were very grossly insufficient. They will go to a CDA that has over 40 households, and they'll give 2 loaves of bread and 3 little bags of maybe five or 10 cups of gari, rice, and beans for 40 households. How possible is that?
Wow.
You know,
That's practically giving nothing.
you understand? I mean, so it's
Well, I do. I think the network is not really good there.
it's better use the amount so that we're
Hello?
able to reach more people. Sorry, yes, a call was coming in and interjected.
Okay. I think that's why. Okay, some people, I want us to go into more, to kind of raise awareness about more gender-based violence risks that women and girls are likely to be exposed to at this time.
Yeah.
Let us talk about transactional sex. Let's talk about transactional sex because already I saw 2 videos today alone on transactional sex, like a kind of a comedy skit. To me,
Yeah.
it's not funny, but it's a reality. A lot of ladies that would have said, okay, I'm not interested in a relationship with you. By the time hunger sets in, they are going to walk into that neighbor's house and be like, you know what? I need your help. I cannot go hungry. Do whatever you have to do. They are going to need to exchange their body, just not to die of hunger. So there's going to be transactional sex going on now, and there's going to be sexual abuse. A lot of women, even married men, widows, young ladies, are going to be taken advantage of because of what we like.
You are so right. You are so right. In fact, one of the reports we got late last week was of a woman who said her maid, a young girl living with her, I think 18 or 19-year-old girl living with her, ran to her twice to say, daddy, daddy here is the man in the house, that daddy has been sneaking into our bedroom in the night, and all of that. We are seeing also reports of sexual abuse, because now when they say people stay at home, if you go into neighborhoods, you see a lot of young men idling around. So on some streets, even a girl to walk down to the next house or to the Malam on that street to try and buy something just in the neighborhood is a problem. So you're getting cases of sexual abuse, like you said, transactional, because hunger, like, if nothing is done, I mean, in the US, where there is lockdown they are also giving welfare to people. A lot of people who have lost their jobs have declared bankruptcy, and they are being given social benefits or something. But here there is nothing. We just went on and said lockdown. What about, okay, maybe for 1 week people can manage,
just like that,
but 2 weeks now, going into, this is the 3rd week, going to the 4th week. Come on, hunger, not the virus, will
and
kill
they're saying government is going to give them some money, but that's for those who have less than 5,000 naira in their accounts.
At the
I
federal
don't
level,
even know how far that's true anyway.
At the federal level, they claim that they've given how many millions of naira to people without no names. We don't even
In
know who
2
they are.
days, no name, no confirmation,
nothing. And that is
no
why
media coverage, nothing.
No, that is why we at Project Alert, look at the little money we raised, 1 million. We put the names out there. People we are confirming.
Exactly.
That, yes, I got 15. Thank you, ma. God bless you. I got this. I got it. That is the way to do things. Transparency. So they said they've given how many millions out. Who are the people who have benefited these millions? We don't know. Where are they? Are they across all the states? How many people how did they arrive at that criteria? You can see the criteria we use. We said single mothers, widows. We said indigent women, and then we said women with disabilities. We had over 200 requests, over 200, and we were able to trim them down to 80, but we were only able to give 72. So as I'm talking to you, if peradventure more donations come in this night or tomorrow, believe you me, you are going to see more names out there. Are you with me? Hello? Hello? Hello?
I hope Mrs. Effah-Chukwuma will be back. Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome back. The network is
it's the network. It's giving us
not so stable. Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. Like I was saying. Are you there?
I just hope parents as the. I'm here. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, I hope the government will be more transparent go by. I want us to the forced marriage and or child marriage, because with the school closure, I'm just one of my fears is this child marriage. We having to be talking about it again. We having to be dealing with it all over again. And I always feel kind of it's kind of always kind of personal to me. It's one of the things I can't even handle. And with the look of things, with the continuous school closure now, what kind of steps can we take, maybe to create awareness, maybe for the government or for the people, just to appeal to them, beg them, do whatever we can do, that school closure does not mean send your daughters, your children actually to strangers, to grandfathers who old enough to be their grandfathers, What effort do you think can be done?
We are actually doing that. Project Alert is one of the implementing partners of a global program going on now by the European Union and the United Nations agencies. The program is known as the Spotlight Initiative Program. I don't know if you've heard of it. Spotlight. It's a global program funded by the European Union and various UN agencies, UNDP, UN Women, UNICEF, and so on. So in Nigeria, we are one of the implementing partners, and we are implementing it in Lagos and Sokoto. So as we are talking now, Sokoto is not on total lockdown yet, because so far they've been lucky, they've not recorded any case. But they are guiding it seriously, because Kano now is a time bomb, now with 21 cases in Kano. So right now in Sokoto, we are going into communities, various local governments, including such as Issa, Binji, Goronyo, Bodinga, Sokoto North, and all of that, to talk to community, to women and men about COVID-19 and sexual and gender-based violence. And just what you said now is one of the things we are telling them, that COVID-19 is not a license, is not equals to domestic violence, is not equals to sending a girl off to marry because, there are too many mouths to feed here. Okay, so you are 12 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you understand? We are telling them, that's the message we are giving them right now. In fact, my colleagues are out there. They are doing that in these communities, we are in 6 local government areas. So yes, this is the time, and we are telling government, we've sent this to the Ministry of Women Affairs in Sokoto. They are working with us on this. In fact, the Director of Women and the Director of Child in the Ministry of Women Affairs Sokoto, they are on the team going into these communities with us, and we are talking to them, talking to them, one, about COVID-19, what it is all about, the importance of washing hands, keeping distances, staying indoors. If you don't have anything taking you out, please stay indoors, and also talking to them that, look, this is the time for love and care in the family. It is not the time for violence, it's the time to, because we have enough, we are dealing with COVID-19 is a big enemy enough for us all to face and fight.
And children will be exposed as
any other one. Because when there's violence in the home, the person will have to run outside. And when you run outside, you are at risk of contacting the virus.
Yeah.
If a young girl is forced into marriage and she runs, she's going to run anywhere. She will not run back to her parents. She's going to run to the road, run to the bush, run to anywhere. And in running, she's exposed to this virus. So it's very important.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma. I don't know about Nigeria, but here I can say like 70 to 80% of sexual reproductive health services have been diverted to COVID-19 response. Is it the same in Nigeria? And my fear is the unwanted pregnancies and a lot of things. People are even already joking about baby boom after COVID-19.
Even married women, in 9 months' time, we are going to have a lot of corona babies. Because in a lot of homes, we are going to have a lot of corona babies. Really, we are going to have it. Because that is part of the problems in this lockdown. A lot of women are actually experiencing forced sex now. In fact, like rape,
Yeah.
marital rape, because in homes where there
Marital.
is
Yeah.
abuse, in homes where there is abuse, the man will not only verbally abuse you, he will physically abuse you. Then after, he will force you into having sex with him, because it's like, after all, I don't have
Sexually
any other
abused
thing.
as well.
I don't have any other thing to do. I can't go out. Okay, if I was going out now, maybe I'll go and meet my girlfriend outside. But now I'm inside here. I'm stuck here with you, this woman. So yeah, Kukuma, give me this thing. Come on, you know. So amongst married women, there will
Yeah.
be unwanted
Whether she
pregnancies.
wants it or not.
Amongst young girls, there'll be unwanted pregnancies, So
Yeah.
in terms of sexual and reproductive health, let us gear up, let us warm up. Honestly, we are going to, and then sexually transmitted diseases will also be there, quite a lot, you know.
That's true.
So
That's
there's
true.
a, so there'll be a lot to deal with post COVID-19.
Hmm.
There'll be a lot to deal with, honestly.
Let's talk about increase in the stress for women in home now. Children are not in school. Maybe for those of us that just
Yes.
make breakfast, come back to make dinner. Now we make breakfast again, we make
You can
lunch,
tell me
we
that.
make
I can tell you my story. I
we
can.
make snacks, we make dinner, we make desserts, like a lot of stress.
It's a
What kind
nightmare.
of what are the coping mechanism you can advise us, I can give as a form of advice to us? The stress is much.
I'm going to use myself. I'm going to use myself as an example to give the advice, because this applies to me. My children are all at home now. My husband is at home. I'm at home. Cooking is morning, afternoon, night. I mean, during working time, it's just breakfast. Everybody rushes out of the house by 7:30, and we don't see again till about 5:30, 6, 7 in the evening. So
Same for me.
the only thing we have to deal with is breakfast and dinner. But now, breakfast,
Hmm.
lunch, dinner, and apart from that, in between eating, when you're at home doing nothing, you just keep eating. You just keep eating, you know, chewing left and right. So, how am I coping? Hmm. We had to sit down as a family and discuss, okay, how do we survive this lockdown? How division of labor would you know we take turns. No, really, seriously, we take turns. Okay, my daughter, okay, today is your day in the kitchen. My other daughter, okay, today is your day in the kitchen. My other daughter, okay, today is your day in the kitchen.
Network. Sister Belkis Mafe, Sister Kafila Busari, my darling sister Jalila Akinshola, thank you so much for being part of the podcast tonight. The network is
Hello.
not friendly. It's giving us
Hello.
issues. Sister Yabo Shogunle. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I think, can you hear me, ma? Okay, the network is not stable here.
Yes, I'm back now. Hello.
Yeah, hello, welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, so so we
Yeah,
had to sit down. We had to sit down as a family and do some kind of division of labor in terms of who does what. How do we do it? How do we engage ourselves? And also individual time for different people. Because we all are working. With my daughter who is in school, she's having online
yeah,
lectures. My senior daughter, who is a lawyer, she's still working, so she's responding to mails from our law firm. I'm still working. My husband is working. So we agreed that okay, there'll be time everybody will sit. We have at least, thank God, we have some space. So everybody have got sort of gotten their workstation. So we all have breakfast and then face our various workstations, to do the work we have to do. Then look at the time when it's about 1:30. Whosoever is on duty comes down and fixes lunch.
Who's on duty for the day goes to the kitchen.
And of course, if daddy cannot do that, daddy will give us money to order something online for us to eat. And then in the evening, we have some family time in terms of watching movies, at home, sitting together, watching a film, discussing, and all of that. So it is a time for family to just be there for each other, because if not, it's very easy to slip into depression at this time, honestly speaking.
At this time. And when depression sets in, we've had instances where women depend on drugs, eating disorder, and a lot of it. And that is that means health issues post COVID-19.
Yes, a lot of it. A lot of it. Yep.
Now, can we talk about
I would like to tell women.
Yeah. Please go ahead, ma.
So I would like to advise women at this time to identify what makes you happy, Identify if reading enough. This is a time to read novels. If you're the type that used to love reading novels, you read a lot. If you're the type that used to love writing, this is a time to sit down and write. If you like playing indoor games, play indoor games as a family. So have group time and have your own me time. Time for you to just stay on your own and unwind, or whatever. So just try and do whatever makes you happy. Try to do that.
Okay, thank you so much. Then can we come back to protecting our children during this time? How do we protect children, like the underage children now? Maybe the adults, maybe this is time to get to know them. But the younger ones, under 10, under 13, what kind of advice do you give parents?
The main advice I'll give parents at this time, the greatest danger now is the internet. A lot of children now are on the internet. They are on the internet. School, 8-9 hours in school used to take them away from that. But now from morning, they're on the internet. So you need to watch, you need to guide them. Like I said, my daughter who is in high school, they are having online classes. She has like 5 classes every day. So I try to monitor and follow up with that to look, okay, what class are you having, and all of that. Try to, keep tab on what she's doing online and all of that. Of course, there are times when she finishes, she wants to watch a movie. What movie is she watching online? So this is, like you said, for the older teenagers who are 16, 17, 18, 19, okay, but for the younger ones, this is the time for parents to really watch their children. This is a time to bond, like you rightly said. This is a time to really get to know your children, because you are going to be hearing a lot of things you never had time before to sit down and listen to. You need to, watch. There's a lot of social media things going on. Are they on WhatsApp group with friends? Are they on a Telegram with friends? What are they sharing, so that they will not be sex testing and all sorts of things? So parents need to be on the alert at this time. Really.
Okay. Please, can you elaborate on the sex testing thing? A lot of mothers and fathers still don't know what that is.
Okay, about sex testing. It's basically pornography. It's basically, young people, doing a lot of sexual stuff via instant messaging, sexual things, what are you wearing? Can you remove your dress? I would like to kiss you now. I would like to put my fingers on you, or do this, or Sometimes they go to the extreme of it. Say, okay, can you take a picture of yourself now? Are you in the bathroom? Are you in the toilet? Can you take a picture of yourself and send to me? And innocent, gullible, impressionable young ones. You know, if care is not taken, if not well guided, this is the time, because there's a lot of time on their hands now, and an idle man is a devil's
Yeah.
workshop. So we must
Yeah.
find ways of engaging our children. We must find ways of engaging them. They must find ways of knowing what they are doing. So sex testing is pornography. It's negative. It's just horrible. So we really need to watch when our children are, when they say, "Oh, mommy, I'm on a chat with my friend." What are they chatting? "Oh, mommy, it's a group chat. We are just what." Find a way of knowing. Ask questions. You know, don't be
Hmm.
fooled. So this is a time really for parents to pay
Yeah.
attention, close attention. Yeah.
To that. Now let's start families with having issues with each other, not really a domestic violence thing, but then there
Yeah.
is the love is not 100%, the peace is not there. They are just struggling
Yeah.
because of the children, struggling because of what will people say, because of this and that. What kind of advice can you give families like that at this time? I am thinking maybe this is a time to see if it can work, because if you have to see each other 24 hours for 3 weeks and you cannot still come to town like, okay, there are some good things about this guy, there are some really great things about this woman, then something is wrong somewhere. So for people
Yeah.
struggling with their marriages, how can they use this time as an opportunity to make it work?
I would like to start by saying that it all depends on the nature and the level of the problems they are having. Because if the
Hmm.
problem is a life-threatening one, then this is the time it's going to escalate. And at this
Wow.
point in time, between the sanctity of, when you if you have to choose between coronavirus, running into the street for to avoid being killed, and to face coronavirus on the street, I'm sure I will run into the street to not to be killed in the house. I don't know if you understand me.
Yeah, you sure?
So it all depends on the nature of the problem. Every marriage has its problem. No, it's not marriage made in heaven. But if yes, this is a period for self rediscovery. This is a period for families to actually, yes, because you are in each other's faces, to possibly sit down and try to have a talk if they can do that. But if it is so bad that they cannot even sit down and have a talk, they can't even communicate, and there's a lot of threats, intimidation, fearfulness, and fear for life, then this is not a time to say we are trying to make it up. This is a time to seek help. This is a time, if you have to run to look for a shelter or a neighbor next door, since movements has been restricted, then the running has to be to the next neighbor's house or something. Or if you call or send an inbox, NGOs like us, we pass to move around in Lagos, for instance. But we are working with government agencies, we're working with the police. So if we really have a case of a woman who has to be evacuated from an abusive home, we will contact the police and we will work with the police to rescue her. Hello, are we still on? Hello, are we still on? The network seems to be very. You've gone off.
Hello, everyone. The network is not really so good this evening, unfortunately. If I can bring Mrs. Josephine Effah-Chukwuma back, I'll do that. She said she's trying to join with the same link. She's trying to get in the she's trying to get into the studio now, so that we'll probably just round off so that she can give her last words. Please bear with us. You know how it is. Maybe the network service providers are also working from home, so that's probably why. Thank you so much, Sister Yabo Shogunle, Brother Rahman Fatai, my darling sister Miriam Moritala, Sister Bikis Mafe Fagbemi. Sister Bikis said hunger shouldn't be an excuse for child abuse, transactional sex, or rape. There should be no excuse for any of that just based on hunger or any reason whatsoever. No one deserves to be treated like that, and I agree with you. She also said people should not just be risking their children's lives, but theirs as well. Considering the essence of the lockdown is to protect everyone getting, let me show a comment, everyone from getting infected by the virus. I have Mrs. Effah-Chukwuma back in the studio with me.
Yeah. Hi. Sorry, network has been Yes, I'm back here.
Okay, thank you so much. The network is so bad. I
Yes,
don't know
yes.
why it's like that today, but it's okay. Just before we round off, I just want to kind of give your last words. Like, what advice do you have for government in particular? They should do more of their responsibilities than just do things the way they feel like, and the community as well, the society at large, parents, everyone involved, teachers, all of us. What advice, what take home word will you have for us?
Thank you very much. My major take home word is to government. And that is that I'm not sure the government of Nigeria at the federal level, especially, really sat down to think about steps to take, and things to do before pronouncing lockdown. We can't just copy things hook, quick, and sinker. Like I said, in the US, they have in place systems to deal with, to halt and couch some of these things. So, I mean, Trump did not just wake up and say a lockdown. And besides, in America, um, it varies from state to state. It depends on each state. Each state, the governor of the state takes the lead, and then and so on. So I'm not sure they didn't really think it through, And in the UK, I could see that even in responding to it, every aspect of the lives of Britons were talked about. The government talked about, the police came out to say that lockdown time is not domestic violence time, that they will continue to arrest, that they will prosecute, and they will charge to court even during lockdown, and that they want people not to engage in
Hmm.
domestic violence, you know
Wow, that's good.
Hello. Yes, so my message is that
Hello,
government
I
needs
can
to
hear you.
step up.
You're still on. Yeah.
Government needs to step up because the journey is just beginning. The numbers are steadily increasing. As of, I don't know what
Hmm.
is going to read this night. As of night till this morning, it was 407. Now it has spread to, I
Wow.
think it has gotten to about 12 states now or thereabout. So we are just beginning. We are just beginning, and this is going to be horrible. So if things are not done well, there's going to be a
Hmm.
problem. So government needs to step up. That's what I have to say. And then communities and every one of us, please, let's act responsibly. Let's act responsibly.
Hmm.
Stay home is stay home. Please so that we can try and smoothen this curve so that it will not get out of hand. Our medical facilities already, we can't deal with it. A doctor has just died today because an irresponsible Nigerian went to his clinic and did not say that he had traveled and he had just come back. People need to act responsibly.
Wow.
That's what I'd like to sign off with.
Well, thank you so much, Mrs. Josephine Effah-Chukwuma. It's been an honor to have you on Family Talk today. Thank you so much, and I want
Thank
to
you
thank
very
you
much.
again for the 72 on behalf of the 72 women. Project Halat has successfully put smiles on their faces. God bless you for that. Let me see if there are comments or if there are questions
Thank you. Thank you
from
so
the
much.
audience. We can take some questions before we round off. I think most of the comments are actually contributions, like Mr. Sister Blakit saying that
Contributions, yeah.
she's also quite sure that a lot of psychiatrists and psychologists world over are going to have their hands full post COVID-19.
Very
Very
full, very
post
full, very full. It has
COVID-19.
started, honestly. Very full. That's true.
Okay. And Modupa Igbafe is saying thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for your time. And with that, I think we have come to the end of today's edition of Family Talk. And my guest has been Mrs. Josephine Effah-Chukwuma, founder and executive director of Project Alert for Violence Against Women. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming on the show. It's been a
Thank
pleasure
you
to
very
have
much,
you.
Anja. Thank you. Well done yourself. Well done. Keep it up. Bye-bye.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Bye now.
Bye.
Okay, Sister Miriam is saying very, very true to that psychiatrists, psychologists, they are going to have their hands full post COVID-19, health issues, eating disorders, a lot of things. This program has just been we invited Mrs. Josephine to the podcast tonight just so we create awareness. It's not like women are just demanding attention. We have talked about transactional sex, we talk about sexual abuse, we talk about rape, we talk about protecting the children, exposing children to domestic violence. We talk about hunger, a lot of even drug dependence. You can see a lot of all these effects kind of tilt to the side of women more than men. And even the forced marriage, early marriage at this time, don't be surprised when you start reading the newspaper, on blogs everywhere, the 6-year-old child has just been given away to a man 65, 70-year-old, and all of that. Those are the likely gender-based violence risk that women and girls are likely to be exposed to at this time. God help us. Well, my final word on the show tonight is just that we as mothers, as parents, it is our responsibility, like Mrs. Effah-Chukwuma said, to behave responsibly. There's going to be arguments in the home sometimes, but children are not supposed to be exposed to any form of violence in their own homes. Let us behave responsibly. Let us be more careful. Let us protect our children with everything that we have. Unfortunately, there has been a couple of robbery instances in Nigeria now. Very unfortunately, let us try as much as possible to protect our homes, because even when there is armed robbery, who are the likely victims of rape? Not women and young girls. Everything, even in war, when you look at the effects, women and girls, women and children, it kind of impact on them more negatively than it does on women. That is why we keep saying this, we keep reminding ourselves so that we can be awake to our responsibilities, and those in like it will also serve as a reminder to those in authorities to be responsible as well and fear God in all their dealings. Look at what Mrs. Effah-Chukwuma was saying, and which I also read. They are claiming to have given millions of naira out, but no one has been able to come out like, okay, to say, I can confirm I've been a beneficiary. Even those who were supposed to have been given food, either the food is spoiled already, they cannot even, it's not even edible, or it is even to imagine giving 4 loaves of bread to household of 40 people. It doesn't make any sense. Let us all be awake to our responsibilities and do it. Let us, if you are a parent, know your responsibility, just do it. And if you're a policy maker in government, politician, a trusted leader, just do what you have to do. Just know that that position is a position of trust. You are there today, somebody else will be there tomorrow, and whatever you do today, that's what will be on record, that okay, so was here, and this is what he or she has done. And that will be my final word on the program today. Thank you so much for joining me. The COVID-19 pandemic podcast is the series is a continuous one. We started with I think I did COVID-19 and religion, and we did natural hair care. Today is gender-based violence. Next week, we are going to be looking at another thing, another issue, the way it affects us due to COVID-19 pandemic. And we continue to do that and bring guests, experts, so that we can understand better. So join me at the same time next week, Thursday, by the special grace of God, at 7:30, 7:30 p.m. GMT, Nigerian time, when I'll be bringing in another guest to look at another issue that affects us as family, as a community, as men, as women, as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you so much, everyone, for being part of the podcast. I really appreciate you. Sister Mira Moritala, thank you so much. I was opportune to watch your webinar today on AMDAF page. That was really good. Well done, sis. Great job. Sister Becky is my darling friend. Igbafe Modupe, Sister Iyabo Shogunle, and everyone, Sister Kafila Busari, Sister Jelila Akinshola. Thank you so much, everyone. Brother Akinsoya Razak, Daddy Adiremi Sonny, Mr. Sumola Bumi, Sheikh Yayi Muhammad Shanusi, Sister Shukra Jimo Ogun Shino. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you again next week, Thursday, by the special grace of God. Good night, everyone, and thank you so much. Bye.